So, now you know how to make a computer take decisions based on instructions. Now, let's see another important aspect of programming, something for which the computers are known for. One such task is to test the app before releasing it to our users. This is most important. Every time we do some similar set of tests before releasing the app and it's monotonous. Wish we could do this repeated task from some machine. Is this even possible? Yes, it's possible. Yup, any task which needs to be repeated can be done by computers pretty fast and easily using programming. So, if we need to perform A, B, C and D tasks for say 10 times, what are the possible ways to tell this to a computer? Write down A, B, C, D 10 times and instruct the computer to perform it 10 times. Like we used to learn new words when we were kids, writing it down several times. But neither are we kids now nor is the computer. Let's see if we have a better option. This is a much better way. In programming, we have something called a loop, which helps us to carry out tasks repeatedly, without the need of writing the same instructions several times. Similar to the if-else statement, a loop is composed of a loop keyword, a condition to be checked in a block of code that is executed a number of times. Something just like this. Let's now see how to create a loop in detail. In the above set of instructions, there are 3 main things to notice. Loop, this is the keyword which will tells the computer that we want to do a repeated task. When _ stop, this is the condition which will decide when to stop the loop. Loop block, written inside open-close curly brackets, the tasks that we want to repeat. In Java, we have 3 main types of loops. Let's check these one by one. Do-while loop. For loop.
If you ask your friends to work for you time and time again, soon you will find yourself alone. However, you can make computers work for you repeatedly. Making the computer repeat a task is called loops. There are 3 types of loops in Java. 1. While loop. 2. Do-while loop. 3. For loop. Let's look at each loop in detail.
Some scenarios of looping requires a task to be done at least once. That's when you use a do-while loop. To read a file, you know that you have to always read the first line in it, but then you will have to loop until you finish it. This is how a do-while loop looks. Let's see in detail. Do is the keyword for the computer to recognize. It tells it that the next block of code is going to be a do-while loop. This is followed by open-close curly brackets for writing instructions to repeat. Then a while keyword is used followed by a condition to stop the loop, same as in while loop, written inside curved brackets. Finally a semicolon to end things up.
We use a while loop while we don't know the number of times we have to repeat a task. While loop will keep on repeating the statement until the condition is satisfied. Let's say we don't know how many times we have to print I am awesome, but we have a condition which says print I am awesome till the value of I is less than 5. Int I equals 1 is called initialization, which gives starting value to the variable I that is 1. While is the command that we use to execute the while loop. I is less than 5 is the condition. Next, the print statement, followed by an increment command. This program will print I am awesome until I is less than 5, that is, in total, 4 times.
Sometimes, we don't know when to stop our loop, like in the above GIF. But we know the condition, where we need to stop. So, for such kind of repeated tasks, we use the while loop. Let's break it down. While loop has 3 main components. While, a loop keyword to tell computer it's a while loop command. Condition, written inside open close curved brackets, decides when to stop the loop. Instruction block, written inside open close curly brackets, it contains the instructions to be repeated. Did you notice the two lines of code, which we never discussed before? The first line tells the starting point of our loop, in our case an integer with value of 1. The second line helps us to proceed with the loop, incrementing the value of I by 1 each time. Both these instructions are important for a loop to work properly.
Use the do-while loop when we want to execute the task at least one time, even if the condition is false the very first time. This program is an example of a do-while loop. The program starts with initialization, followed by a command to execute the do-while loop. Next comes the print statement, followed by an increment command, and finally the condition. In do-while loop, the loop executes the statement at least once before checking if the condition is satisfied or not. This program will execute I am awesome one time as the condition is I less than 1. If the condition was I less than 2, then I am awesome will be printed 2 times.
Sometimes, you need to repeat a task several times, and you know the number of times it should be repeated. For example, you know that in a week you need to set up an alarm to wake you up at 6 a.m. daily. So you know that the alarm task has to be repeated 7 times. Such type of repetitive tasks are done in Java using the for loop. This is how a for loop looks. Example. The above code will print hello world 10 times. Let's break down the whole command. For is the command telling the computer about the type of loop. Start_value will tell from where to start the loop, usually a number. Usually a variable is created in this section. Condition_stop will tell you when to stop the loop. Proceed_code will help in increasing/decreasing the start_value, so that we come close to the condition to stop the loop. We write the above 3 things inside curved brackets, just after the for keyword, separated by a semicolon. Then we write the instructions to execute after that, inside open close curly brackets like the other loops.
We use for loop when we know in advance the number of times we will need to repeat a task. Let's say we know that we want to print I am awesome 5 times. We will be able to achieve this with this program. The program starts with the command to execute the for loop, followed by initialization, condition, and the increment command. Next is the print statement. The program will execute I am awesome 5 times.
To sum it up, whenever we need to run the same set of instructions continuously, we use loops. A while loop is mainly used when we don't know how many times the loop needs to be run. A do while loop is used when we want to run the loop at least once, irrespective of the condition. A for loop is used when we know how many times the loop needs to be executed.